Hey, my name is Jack, and before you say anything, yes, everyone is talking about China, the trade war, the tariffs, the tech rivalry, but here is what nobody is telling you on the evening news. The real threat to Trump economy is not coming from Beijing. It is coming from something most Americans never think about, something invisible, something quiet. But when it moves, everybody feels it. I am talking about the bond market. And right now, it is flashing red. Let me give you the numbers first, because they matter. The interest rate on a 10-year US Treasury note, which is basically the government way of borrowing your money, just crossed 4.44%. That does not sound scary, right? But here is the thing. Just a few months ago, before the conflict in the Middle East escalated, that same rate was sitting at 3.95%. That is nearly half a percentage point jump in a matter of weeks. And Jack is here to tell you, in the world of bonds, that is not a small move. That is a warning shot. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, Jack, I do not own bonds. Why does this affect me? Fair question. Let me break it down. When bond yields go up, borrowing gets more expensive for everyone. Your mortgage rate up, it has already hit the highest level in 9 months. Your car loan, auto sales are already slumping. The government costs to run the country up billions more every single year just in interest payments. Every dollar the U.S. government spends paying interest on debt is a dollar not going to roads, schools, veterans, or anything else. That is not me saying it. That is what lawmakers across the country are now openly talking about. So what is driving this? Two things, and they are connected. First, the Middle East conflict, the war between Israel and Iran, has sent oil prices through the roof. Higher oil means higher energy costs. Higher energy costs mean higher prices on basically everything. That is inflation, energy-driven, fast-moving inflation. Second, and this is the part that really matters, the world is getting nervous about lending money to the U.S. government. Read that again. The world is getting nervous about lending money to America. Investors are demanding higher returns to hold us debt because they are not sure the country can keep up with its spending. And when investors get nervous, they do not stay quiet. They move money. And when money moves in the bond market, the rest of the economy follows. Now, here is where it gets politically interesting. Trump has been very clear. He wants lower interest rates. He has been pushing for cuts, putting pressure on the Fed, and the new Fed chair, Kevin Warsh, has hinted he is open to that idea, but there is a massive problem. You cannot just cut rates when inflation is running at 3.8%. That is the tension right now. Political pressure on one side, economic reality on the other. And the bond market, which does not care about politics, does not care about tweets, does not care about press conferences, the bond market is essentially saying, we see what is happening and we are not impressed. Here is why this is not just an economic story. It is a political story too. November midterm elections are coming. And right now, Republican candidates across the country are being asked about one thing: the cost of living. Why is everything so expensive? Why are mortgage rates climbing? Why cannot people afford cars? Trump once stood before Congress and promised to balance the federal budget. The bond market message right now is simple. They do not believe that is happening. And voters, they are starting to feel it in their wallets. Look, China is a real issue. Nobody is denying that. But the bond market does not negotiate. It does not bluff. It does not do press conferences. It just moves quietly, powerfully, and right now it is moving in a direction that should make everyone, Republican, Democrat, or independent, pay close attention. My name is Jack. If this opened your eyes even a little, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Because understanding this stuff, that is how you stay ahead. I will see you in the next one.